Oh, have I got a surprise for you. Welcome to my place. I'm showing you how to grow microgreens. Now I'm going to show you how you can use them. And see these little babies here? They are absolutely jam-packed with all sorts of nutrients. I absolutely love them. Now I've got a cabbage. I'm going to show you how to grow these. As soon as the weather improves, we're going out to the garden. And these at the moment are really cheap. In fact, they're not expensive cabbages all through the year, and they're so easy to grow. And you get these new ones now, and they're called little sweeties, and they're about the size of a grapefruit, and they're perfect for 2 people. Right, in here I've got some lovely rocket. Now these are some leaves that I have not actually grown as microgreens. I actually just grew those in a pot. We're going to look at doing that in due course. I've also got some sprouts here. I love sprouts. Look at those. They are fabulous. Plus I've got some fresh herbs from the garden. Right, before we get into assembling the salad, let's look at the dressing. I am so super proud of what I've come up with. Right, into a shaker you need to put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. That goes into there. Then you need to put in a little bit of vinegar. Not too much, I repeat, not too much. I've got a little bit of cardamom here. I'm going to put that into. It's sort of like an Indian inspired thing, and I love cardamom. I've got some garam masala. I'm going to put that into there. Just some shakes, you know. If you really like it, put in heaps. If you don't put it in. You know, you'll know what you like and what you don't. And I love my recipes because it's a bit of this and a bit of that and whatever I feel like on the day. Now, I've also got here some toasted fennel and cumin seeds. I've toasted those because that releases the oil and brings up the flavour. They go into there. About a tablespoon there or abouts that goes into there. And then I've got a little bit of lime, and I just want a bit of zest to go into there. And you'll notice that everything so far is looking all very green. And I just want you to know that for your bowel, if you want to make sure that you have optimum health, you make sure that you eat lots of green, because it's like a big grenade running right through you. So just a little bit more into there. And if you wanted to, you could also put just a little squeeze of lime into there. But this is going to be quite a subtle flavour, so you don't want to have too many conflicting tastes or flavours going on. Make sure the lid is on before you give it a shake, because I don't want this all over the ceiling. And don't think that it hasn't happened before, because it has. Right, we have everything ready to assemble. And look at this cabbage here, look. Hear that? Look at that. It's like a stack of cards. I just love them. And did you know that in the movies, you know when they do stabbing, they actually use a cabbage? If you want to know what stabbing sounds like in the movies, well, you probably have, because you've heard it. It's stabbing with the cabbage. I know. Right, the other thing is that this needs to be cut up, and I actually don't want that little fibrous bit there, so we will just get rid of that. In fact, it's quite nice and peppery to eat if you wanted a wee snack and you're watching your waistline. Right, from there I'm just going to cut that through there, because possibly with all these greens I'll only need just a little bit. Now just finely slice it, just a little bit, as if you were doing a coleslaw. I'm calling this an Indian inspired cabbage and sprout salad, and I've got a secret ingredient that I want to use. So you just keep going. You could probably use like the food processor to cut this, but I haven't got one of those, and I'm not into gadgets because I can't really be bothered cleaning them. So that just goes through there like that. Oh, and goodness me, the cat's arrived. That cat so wants to be a megastar. Right, put those into the bowl like so, and then we'll put in a handful of rocket that can go in, and some sprouts, put those in. Now, I've got some shallots. Put those shallots in, or spring onions they are. Now with your mint and your garden herbs, you can either leave them whole, but unfortunately my boys don't like them, so I'm reduced to cutting them. So just get those all in with with your rocket and other herbs, and just like cut those really finely. all the way through there. You'll see that I'm not very good with my cutting skills, but that's okay. I am not a chef. I'm just your basic home alone girl. And oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you was with these spring onions, did you know that if you put those into the garden, they will grow? Oops, I'm sorry to the growers of these, didn't mean to say that. Right, from there, the next thing to go in is, oh, I've got some little bit of thyme here too, so I'm going to put that into there because that just adds another nice, interesting texture. And what else have I got? A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then my secret ingredient is I don't like chicken with the thigh bit in. So what I do is, for this type of salad, I've actually covered it with some olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I put some curry powder on top of that, and then oven baked it, let it cool, and then I've finely chopped it, because I don't want to have big bits of chicken, I just want quite fine bits. That just gets all put on top of there, and I'll just take that all through, and then where's my dressing? Give that another wee shake. And I'm not using, I'll use all of this. And usually I do this the day before, like if I want something, you know, if we want it for lunch, or if I'm having people coming over, well, I just make this the day before so that everything all sort of like softens up. It'll still be crunchy, but it won't be that, you know, well, it won't be as crunchy as it is if we were to eat it now, but I just like those flavours to just all marry in. Now, the other thing that I now like to put in are my gorgeous greens, my microgreens, and I just put those onto the top there and fold those through, and that is ready to go. You could have it with the sausage rolls, you could have it with just on its own with some bread. Delicious. See you again next time.